What about that Prey? You guys see Prey?
Yeah, I saw Prey.
What did you guys think of the Prey movie? Also, chat.
Let me just grab my notes here.
Oh, that's right. I did make some notes too, and I didn't even put them into Discord, which is where I, read it. But anyway,
I watched the movie 2 hours before the podcast, so I have no notes. But I have articles.
Yo, August, what did you think of the movie Prey?
Are we doing spoilers or no spoilers?
Oh, we're gonna do spoilers like always.
We're doing spoilers. Yeah. Okay.
It's been like 2 weeks.
It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah. So I thought it was a movie. By that, I mean, it was fucking great. That movie was sick.
It was good. I liked it.
Yeah. So, like, I have to go back and watch the first Predator to compare, but this could easily be one of the best Predator movies, if not the best. It was so good. Like, the one thing I'll say is, like, I feel like the first one was more of a standard action movie, and this was definitely, like, your movie snobs award season version of a Predator movie. Like, this felt like elevated Predator, you know what I mean? Like, this was like your, like, midsummer, like, Jordan Peele fans Predator movie. It definitely felt like, I mean, the cinematography was beautiful and amazing, but it definitely felt more artsy than your typical Predator movie. That said, it was fucking awesome. It was badass. The filming was gorgeous. I don't know if Predators always had, like lime green, like neon green blood, but it looked fucking sick.
Yeah, they've always had
neon green blood. Okay.
Yep, green blood.
But like, wasn't it like green? Like, this was like neon green. Like, I didn't know it like fluoresced. I thought it was just like, just regular, like, kind of like slime green. But yeah, no, this was awesome. This was so cool in so many ways. The fight scenes were cool. Like, there were scenes that felt like it was straight out of a kung fu movie, even though it wasn't kung fu. It was just normal, like,
bear with me, chat, real quick. I just gotta pull up these notes.
The choreography was sick.
Keep talking, guys.
The dog was best boy. There was a dog for people who love dogs. He lives all the way through the end and saves the main character.
I thought he was gonna die a few times.
He was great. But yeah,
I was pretty surprised the dog lived.
Yeah, no, this movie was amazing. I feel like taking the dog away would have been too much.
My review isn't as sparkling as yours.
All right,
yeah. Well, as I said, like, we'll get to it. I just want to wrap up mine. But yeah, this definitely felt like the artsy fartsy version of a Predator movie. But I still loved it. I loved it so much. And yeah, I have very few complaints. I couldn't even really think of any other than it was like a little bit pretentious. But
I've got a few complaints. What'd you think, contestant?
But yeah, I mean, yeah, everyone else do what you got to do.
Okay. So I thought that the main character was actually really annoying.
Naru?
For one? Yeah, Naru.
Her name's Naru
was
by
very
the way, guys.
Annoying. Yeah, I have it in my notes.
So really quick, I just want to set the stage for people listening. Prey is about a Native American girl named Naru from a warrior tribe in the early 1700s trying to become a warrior. So yeah.
Yeah. So Naru is kind of like your standard, like, little girl brat, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's just like, I can do anything just as good as you guys. I can do it. That was her, like, the entire movie.
Right.
I don't know. She was a trained tomboy who wanted to prove herself. She's not. I keep going.
Okay. But she grated on my nerves.
Okay.
Like, significantly.
I don't know.
And, like, even when she was like, it was proven like that she just shouldn't have been somewhere, she's still just like, oh, I'm not gonna listen. I'm gonna literally get everyone else killed around me because of my fucking stupidity.
I think that's a little harsh.
Yeah, I think it's a little harsh.
It is harsh.
But hey, it's your movie. I will make counterpoints to that later. But go on.
I disagree with that one, but okay.
I feel like she was the driving point for a majority of the deaths in this movie. Like her stubbornness and her refusal to just, I don't know, work with people.
I mean, let's not not blame the Predator for being the Predator.
So here's the thing. So the only reason that Naru lives is essentially because she just happens to be around people who get mauled first.
Yeah.
The best
lucky a lot.
She
gets lucky a lot, but she wins in the end.
The best thing I can describe it as is, you know how people say, like, how to survive a bear attack is, like, you just run faster than your friend?
I'm the last guy.
Yeah,
don't gotta be
the
first,
last
you
guy.
gotta be faster than the last guy.
That's essentially how she survives, is that she just is able to get away when things start to become bad. And not only that, but if you notice, so there's a few things. She is also, throughout those scenes, she does not have a weapon on her. So
she has her pocket axe.
She has her axe, yeah. What?
Right. So, well, I mean, the Predator doesn't immediately attack people who don't have a weapon because he has a code. I mean, maybe I don't remember each scene, but that does happen in one of them where the Predator refuses to, like, he'll basically, he's the type of person where he finds the immediate threat and he handles that first.
Yeah.
So,
So, like, in the Twitter sphere version of, like, reviews of this movie, I'm sure someone has said the Predator dies because he's a misogynist. That,
Well,
but I mean, like, essentially, like, I mean, they're like, well, that's a ridiculous take. Like, there is a point to be made in that a couple of the times she gets away is because the Predator doesn't see her as a threat. Now, eventually, she proves him wrong by killing the Predator. But, like, I mean, I think that was kind of the low key point of this movie, is that, like, some of the best, like, hunting is done by the hunter that pretends not to be the hunter, and, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think there's a point to be made for never underestimating anyone or anything or any prey, which I think is kind of the low key, like, empowerment theme of the movie, which is cool.
Well,
I didn't like the magical battle skills she got.
Okay, so
she had battle skills the whole movie.
Guys,
yes, she did.
She does get a boost in combat ability.
She gets a big ass boost.
What are you talking about?
She does.
What are you talking about?
She is small and she is agile.
In
her fight against the Predator, she uses both being small and agile. She's good with an axe. You see her do an axe montage. That's what she uses in that fight.
So you're okay. So that's not why she beats the Predator. She beats the Predator.
No, she beats the Predator by outsmarting the Predator.
She beats the Predator
by actually paying attention.
By
learning about it.
Can you just let me talk?
All right, fine. I'm just so mad.
She beats the Predator because throughout the battles and her watching her friends and family get mauled, she notices that the Predator has, like, a code. And so she basically winds up using this code against it. Like you said, she's very observant, and
she is, yeah.
There is, okay, so in my personal opinion,
did we watch the same movie? Did we watch the same movie?
She's ridiculously smart.
Did we watch
around her kind of dumb.
Did you read the Spark Notes on this movie? I don't know.
Did we watch the same movie? She doesn't beat the Predator by using its code against it.
Yes,
she beats the Predator because she beats the Predator because she figures out that the Predator uses heat vision. So she uses her medicine to cool down her blood so it can't see her. And shoots it in the back of the fucking head.
That's just okay. So wait. That is just one. That's the final example of what happens. But there are multiple examples throughout her, dealing with the Predator and finding him that she eventually uses to build up to that point. So you're not wrong. But, like, you know, I do think that her, you know, eventually her combat ability, like at first, you know, she's kind of a newbie and she's not a very good hunter, but by the end she's like this, you know, she's able to, you know, do combat with, yeah, at certain points that, you know, was it just seemed like she just started to, well, just try real hard, and then that's how she unlocked her like third chamber. Like, I don't know.
Dude,
I get it.
I'm
I get
disagreeing
it.
with you guys here. She beats the guy in a fist fight. She chokes the guy out and she bites him. When the guy, like, the only reason, like, when
because he wasn't.
She won that fight. She won that fight. They had to what's it called?
Yeah, but he didn't want to hurt her at first.
Dude, he tries to punch her several times.
Wait. I'm trying to think of like what part you're talking about.
Because she sucker punched him.
What part are you guys talking about?
And then they get into a fight, and he tries.
Nobody knows what you're talking about.
So she goes off past the ridge, and it's when we start having her tracking the predator.
Right.
When
early
the
on
extra
in the
hunting party. No, it's like midway. It's before the French trappers.
So after, okay, so they basically, so here, let me
the hunting party that her brother sent finds her, and they're like, oh, you're not going anywhere. You're actually going back. We need you back.
Right, so it starts off, she wants to be a hunter, they go on a hunt to find a lion, and then, you know, obviously she fails, and then, so this is where it happens, where, okay, so the party that goes to find her, after she leaves on her own to sort of try to find the predator.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
She wins that fight. They had to sucker punch her to get her to lose.
Okay. I mean,
she sucker punched first.
It doesn't really matter.
But then they were in a fight. Like they like had her looking in the wrong direction and tricked her that they were going to leave her alone and punch her in the back of the head. That's definitely not a fair move.
That was like at the end.
That's how they won the fight against her. She was walking away.
Fight. Yeah, but he wasn't actually trying to like beat the shit out of her. He
tried to punch her several times. If that's not trying to beat her, I don't know.
Guys, come on, man.
You don't understand where I'm coming from. In the beginning of the fight, he's not actually trying to like really hurt her. He's just like grabbing her arm and she's just like wailing on him. Yeah, and he's just like, come on, we have to go back.
He definitely swung several times and she dodged all of those times. She's not an incompetent fighter.
After she got multiple sucker shots in, right? Like
got like one in, and then they tried to choke each other.
Did we watch the same movie?
I don't know. I don't know if we did.
Guys, all right.
I don't know if we did.
So in my personal opinion, I felt like her combat ability was like a little more than like her setting up the traps I'm fine with, but some of her ability to fight was like you know, I didn't feel like was okay. I would have rather seen her straight Home Alone him, and you know, like
the final fight, she just got a.
That's literally what the hunters tried to do. Like I don't know. I guess I disagree. I don't think her issue with being a character in this movie was that she was an incompetent fighter. I think her issue is why what she failed the first hunt was why she didn't have the mentality of the other fighters. She wasn't able to focus and she lost. But she's shown multiple times that she's more talented at both setting up scenarios, improvising, and hunting than most of the other hunters. Her brother even says that in the movie. He's like, you see things I don't see.
Wait, you understand that she actually fails because of her hubris. She is super overconfident, and that leads her to fail in the beginning because of her abilities. No, she's like, I'm just so freaking good at this, right? Like, I can do anything.
I 100% disagree.
That's literally her character.
I 100%
her character,
disagree.
Well, I mean, she got
distracted by an explosion, and then she trips. She has
hubris before the lion. The lion issue happens. Then she's brought back, and she seems actually like a bit humbled after that experience.
I don't know. So I think she's more bitter that she wasn't able to help anyone who, like, especially the person who got caught. and also the fact that she wasn't able to catch the lion to become, to have her like ceremony, like essentially to prestige to being considered a warrior in her tribe, which was exactly what she wants because
Her
this character,
or something like that.
the character Naru, is essentially she wants to become a warrior because people in her tribe are like, well, they're sexist and they think, well, she's a woman, she shouldn't be able to be a warrior, and
She could just be a healer.
Specifically wants to be. She says she specifically wants to be a warrior because of that. I don't really like that angle.
No, I think that's just what she likes. She wants to be a warrior because that's what she finds.
She says specifically, I want to be a warrior because people say I can't be a warrior. And I think that's a little weak sauce. I wish there was a little bit more meat there to say like, okay, this is why she wants to do that. But I get it. I mean, she basically she accomplishes what she wants. I mean, but yes, so
I think her biggest mistake in this movie is trying to go after the Predator by herself, which is stupid. 100% agree that's stupid. Did she know she was going after the Predator at the time? No, of course not.
But she knew she was going on a dangerous hunt.
Yes, which
doesn't matter if it's a bear, a predator, lion. It doesn't fucking matter.
I agree. That was a dumb move.
Also,
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Does anybody?
But like anytime you cycle back to, oh, it's because it's the Predator, that shouldn't even factor in.
Again,
because we don't even know it's the Predator, right? She thinks it could be a bear, it could be a lion.
Well,
she doesn't know what it is.
She realizes that it's not whatever it is.
Does.
It's specific. Whatever it is, it's not something that she's seen before because of the footprint and also because of the way it skins creatures.
The snake.
Yeah, the snake in particular. Yeah, and that's during the first hunt that they go on to find the lion. Because they think, oh, this is the lion that, had taken people. But realistically, it was the Predator that was going around taking people. Or maybe it could have been the lion.
It was definitely a lion taking people.
But it doesn't.
It was kind of like a tag team of killing.
One thing I like about the movie is it really does that to where it's like certain points where you're like, is it a creature? Is it the Predator doing this? And it's sort of like, I like that part.
I really like that scene with the buffaloes. Because I'm like, why is the Predator picking on buffaloes? What did the buffaloes do? They're not a threat to it. I mean, honestly, that's how I feel about the Predator most times, where it just goes around, like, killing like, Predators are the fucking, like, this is not a hot take. It sounds like a hot take, but Predators are the fucking domestic cats of the fucking universe. In that they have the technology to kill beings way stronger, but they go around hunting simple beings because they find it entertaining. And cats don't have technology.
That's not predators at all.
You see what I'm saying? Like, why did the Predator kill a wolf?
Because
it felt like it.
So here's the thing: is this Predator in particular, basically starts from the lowest common denominator and is like, who is the ultimate prey in the situation? Who's the ultimate predator in the situation? So it starts with like a snake. And then it builds up to a rabbit, and then it builds up to the wolf, and then and then it's a bear, and then it's essentially it's looking for and that's how the predator finds what it's looking for on like a planet it's not familiar with, even though technically the predator may or may not have been coming to this planet for years already.
But see, so that's what's stupid because I'm like, bruh, you are an alien that has technology in a fucking spaceship. Why are you hunting wolves? Predators like the big game hunters of the universe, in that they just go around killing shit because they find it cool.
Not to mention,
they have a code with sentient beings. Why did he kill a wolf? Why did he kill a bear? He just did it because he could.
He's doing it because
he's doing it for trophies.
Doing it for trophies.
Because he finds it enjoyable. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not the wolf was not a threat to him. The snake was not a threat to him.
Yes.
The bear was barely a threat to him.
The wolf,
if he killed the wolf, then the wolf was a threat.
The wolf was attacking him.
That's how predators function. They kill things that are threats.
Yeah.
So the
There's
snake was
a
threat?
reason they have their code, and they don't, like in what was it? Was it Predator 2 in the city? The Predator sees the child and doesn't kill the child because it's not a threat.
Right.
Like,
well, the other thing too is like to add to that, August, is that you could say, well, predators also, I don't know if you know this, but for like a predator to become like an official warrior in in their circles, what they have to do is they have to actually kill an alien. Like that's how they prestige in their society. So this one predator that came to Earth has already killed an alien, which is like a far superior threat to what anything like humans can be.
So I mean that's kind of my point though. Like predators claim to have a code, but
my point was to add to your point.
Yeah, no, I mean they're essentially just the big game hunters of the universe. They go around killing shit because they find it entertaining.
well,
yes,
the
they
other way
want
to look
be
at it
spicy.
was this hunt on Earth was their prestige, right?
I did
the humans could have been the aliens because this predator didn't seem like particularly skilled.
I also thought that it was a very young predator, and I like a part of me wanted to think, and I thought it was more interesting to think this, is that he's becoming a warrior and she's becoming a warrior. So there's the two parallels that they want to show you about these two people.
That was how I saw it too.
Yeah,
in
and
more of that light.
But even then, he still would have had to kill an alien. So I mean, but
a human's an alien to them.
No,
Yeah,
I mean an actual, specifically
aliens.
like a xenomorph.
Oh yeah, okay.
So like for them to prestige in their society and become a warrior, they have to kill a xenomorph.
So it already would have killed a xenomorph to even be flying Earth.
Yes, absolutely.
At least another predator.
For the warrior class, I only know this because I looked it up.
Oh, okay. I thought they just had to kill any alien in quotes.
No, xenomorph specifically.
Okay.
But who knows? This could be a different canon because
it's a prequel.
Actually, that's not true. It is the same canon because
is it?
Yeah, because it has a callback to Predator 2 in it, which I found out recently.
I do love the
I must have missed that.
Yeah. I do love the
it's very niche.
I do love the reuse of the line from the first one. That like, if it bleeds, we can kill it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, he set the line.
He did the thing. The thing was done. It's officially a Predator movie.
So they don't. Okay, so that. Well, I mean, and I was watching Red Letter Media, and I watched the review of it because I've waited an entire week to review this movie, and I already have my review here. And I was like, screw it, I'll just watch another review. And their point was that they felt like Predator movies don't need to call back to the first movie or whatever. They could be there. This movie could have been its own thing, and it doesn't need to.
I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed that one little callback.
We understand you're filleting the movie. It's fine. All right.
Hey man, when I see something I like when I see something I want to.
Other people have points to make too, though. All right.
When I see something I want to just put all up in my throat.
Gotta
get that throat goat trophy.
But yeah, so I mean, obviously the Predator. I think the one thing that Naru does that's really intelligent is that she sets up. There are these like French. What are they? Trappers. Yeah. And I'm not sure how accurate this is to like actual history, and that's something that I was sort of curious about because, well, in at least in the United States, there isn't lions, so I wasn't sure if that sounds like an extinct creature.
No, mountain lions. Lions are for mountain lion. Yeah, it was a mountain lion.
Okay, fair enough. So, the French trappers were trying to capture the Predator, which is, I don't know how she figured this out. I don't know how she figured out that the French people were trying to capture the Predator.
Didn't the one dude
she was told?
Yeah.
She was told by...
She could speak English.
No. They're speaking... They weren't speaking... They weren't speaking English.
They were.
No.
The French guy spoke English to her.
So the thing is
No.
is that he
implied that they're speaking their
so
own language.
so the Comanches are speaking Comanche, and they're only speaking English so you can understand them, but they're supposed to be speaking Comanche.
I don't know,
And
man.
then-
The subtitles literally say in English.
They also have
There's
have
literally Comanche dub.
Yeah,
They made a
there's
Comanche dub of this movie. So they were supposed to be speaking Comanche.
So but yeah,
Okay.
look, the tribe would not have been able to speak English. It doesn't. Anyway, so the guy knew some Comanche. He what?
I'm just like, yeah, those English-speaking Indian tribes out
those
there.
native. Sir,
There
they're
were.
real Native Americans.
Sir, they're Native Americans.
Some Native Americans did learn English for trading, but
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know that's a whole nother thing, huh?
Why would they be speaking it amongst themselves? That's
Anyway, anywho, so yeah, so they had they had the trappers. The predator comes and basically just bodies everybody. And then
That's his tradition.
she figures out through studying the predator, obviously, that it takes out the most current threat first that has weapons. So she like baits him into attacking one of the Frenchmen so she can basically escape, which is super awesome. And she like kind of hides from it by, I don't know if she ate the like there's this flower that basically makes people cold, that like helps them heal.
It lowers your body temperature. Blood temperature.
And so which I don't know, that seemed like a MacGuffin, but it's fine.
It's not a blood thinner. It'd be a blood like coagulant.
Yeah, that or it like slows their heartbeat, either or. But yeah, I mean, essentially drops your body temperature.
Yeah,
it drops your body temperature, which makes your blood flow slower and all that nonsense.
Also,
because they used it for like bleeding and such. He'll bleed out if he doesn't have this.
Yeah, so it'd be an anticoagulant.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so she basically during that time she's studying the way that the predator is doing things, and she's been completely observant the entire time. And her ability to be a tracker and pay attention to little detail. Guys, shut up. The ability to pay attention to the situations and the combat that she's seen the predator, hold down or whatever into combat. It aids her in that last fight of trying to trap people. Or trying to catch the predator, which she winds up stealing its helmet from this combat situation, and her brother winds up sacrificing himself to let her go. So which leads to basically the last half of Predator 1, where basically she's just doing all the the prep, the setting up to take it down.
Wait, what?
Huh?
She got the helmet when
he shot her in the back of the head. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shot who in the back of the head?
Her brother knocked the helmet off once.
Yeah.
And that gave her the intel that
this is one I was just talking about it. I was just briefly going over it. I'm not I'm not going into detail.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to. I don't want to completely go. I don't want to verbatim say everything that's going on. I'm just trying to move it along into situations. So
okay, favorite scenes, least. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, go. We don't need to recap the whole movie.
Right. Yeah. Sure. And eventually, just lastly, she winds up setting up the predator and killing it, which is great. So, what was my favorite part of the movie?
Yeah, did you have a favorite scene or a least favorite scene?
Probably the bear part, where he fights the bear, and the bear almost like takes the predator out completely, but he bounces back, and then basically just wrecks said bear. But I think I like overall, I like the world building and the community, and sort of like seeing what they did was, it's sort of like Miss Marvel, where it's like, you see the family and cultural aspect of things. And then, it's also like a hunting movie. I don't know.
So, a question on that: have the predators always been that strong? Because a bear is between like 500 and like 1,200
This
pounds.
was a particularly small predator, which is why me and
Predators
Quintessence
are usually stronger than
they're
this.
thick, and also he had a pretty primitive helmet, which is like usually they don't have one. They don't have like helmets made of bone like this one did.
Most of his tech was actually primitive.
Yeah,
which I guess makes sense with it being in the past.
Yeah, it's like 300 years before the main movie.
Yeah, but I mean, like, who knows really what the Predator? Yeah, of course, yeah. Who knows what the Predator's like timeline of technology is? You know,
right? No one.
No, I mean, I'm sure someone does. I mean, the only real like sort of history and timeline of Predator like comes down to the comic books, and then you'd have to read into that, which is, whatever. But
whatever. Dude.
But yeah, so what was your guys' favorite scene? Quint, go first. Damn it.
I'm trying to think. I think my favorite scene was probably when the brother was fighting the predator.
That was, yeah, I like that scene too.
I think that was the coolest fight.
He gave it a good go.
He did, and then he gave up.
Yeah,
well, no, because he realized the predator was behind him. The predator wasn't about to let him get away.
No,
What was he gonna do? The predator was literally behind him. He heard a twig crack, and he's like, "Oh, he's behind me, isn't he? Well, I'm fucked."
They could have kept fighting him. They were doing really well. I don't know, but because that predator definitely struggled with fighting multiple enemies at once.
Oh, totally. Except for the Frenchman, he fucking shreked them.
Well, yeah, he also just during that part though he started to bust out his actual technology.
Oh yeah, That's the other thing about predators. When they start losing, they start to cheat, which is the other thing I've always found irritating.
Well, he only uses his technology to the amount of people that are around him.
Yes, but that's still like
to like the number of threats. So if there's 1-on-1, he's just gonna use a blade. You know what I mean? And he's gonna try to wreck your shit.
To me, that sounds like cheating. Again,
look at him fighting the bear. Like he's like, I'm not using technology. I'm gonna go ahead and fight this bear hand to hand. Fuck you.
Yeah, right? But again, at a certain point, he even uses the fucking like dummy bomb nukes. Like, come on. Like, that's just like, bro, you could have just gone and fucking slit those guys up. Now you just be lazy.
Well, he did chop down a bunch of them.
Those are just like the micro bombs. That was anything special.
Still, he didn't have to do all that. That sounds like cheating to me.
Anyway,
but yeah, it was very cool. That was my second favorite scene. Was him just fucking up all those dudes. That was very entertaining.
The Frenchman, yeah. There was a strong like honestly, I was wondering how accurate this was historically.
Okay.
Quite a bit through the movie, and I wanted to like read into it, but I mean, I don't know how much of Comanche history is actually,
It's fair.
But did you say what your favorite part was, Quinn?
What? Yeah, no, I said when the brothers fighting the predator.
Oh,
August
that's right.
Hasn't said his favorite part.
Yeah. So my second favorite part was when he was just owning all the French trappers. My first favorite part was just the climax of the movie, where she finds an elaborate way to set the predator up, and she realizes that as long as she like steals, I don't want to ruin it for anyone who hasn't seen it, but long story short, like she finds a way to use the predator's technology against it, and it was very cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool though. She like, oh boy, that's those sliding and stuff. Like, I think that's why people think that she had like a boost in ability, because all of a sudden she becomes super agile and like
she was like sliding under his blade and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Where was this earlier?
There was even there was a point. Listen, there was a point when she was hiding the deer where she started to like slide like that, and like even then, like she wasn't very good with her axe and throwing the rope, and she had
the montage. She had a montage.
Yeah, but she wasn't like I wouldn't use the word proficient. I would say like amateur at the very least.
He was doing pretty good at the end of the montage.
But anyway,
Are you saying she trained all those skills in less than a day?
Dude, that's how montages work.
I think she got like a protagonist boost of ability.
She did.
She did. So
listen. It was still cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
The protagonist boost of energy just kind of
that's
knocked
like
the movie down for me. I'm not a fan of that.
It worked for me.
That was like one of those things where it's like, yo, but believe you can do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
she was
did
under
it.
pressure. It was no. So to me that made sense. There's a scene I will tell you that doesn't make sense to me, but to me that was like it was a do or die situation. She had the adrenaline pumping. She made the right moves. The scene that was bullshit to me was when she escaped the fucking mud pit on her lax throw of the axe. I'm like, you failed 4 fucking times. You should just be dead at this point. Like,
also,
if you can't get it,
so can I just mention
that was like a movie quicksand / mud pit, right? Like,
yeah,
it doesn't actually go down that fast.
I think also that was supposed to that was almost a callback to the first movie because Arnold in the first movie uses mud as a way to basically to hide himself, which the Predator is. There's a couple of times where the Predator just doesn't see her, even though he has like his heat vision and she hadn't taken the flower yet. Or, the Predator is still tracking her while she's swimming through like a mud, puddle thing. And so that kind of bothered me. But yeah.
Oh, when she swam in the water and up into like the beaver dam, I was like, really? All right.
I think it saw her, but again, it didn't think it was a threat.
He was following her.
It did follow her there. It did follow her. Yeah, I think it wanted to see where she was going.
It was gonna wreck her.
With the bear.
He was gonna kill her if the bear didn't come along.
Yeah, I think honestly he was gonna kill her the whole movie.
The bear was chasing her, and then the Predator came along.
Yeah, so you're saying he was hunting the bear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but then he followed her after he killed the bear. So, like, why did he do that?
Because because predators study everyone around them before they decide who they're. Anyway,
he followed. She was in the next scene. He followed her to where she went after she was
right, which is why like he jumped down and started attacking her brothers, like the other tribesmen and stuff like that. But yeah, so. I did think, it doesn't matter. Overall, I did really enjoy this movie. I don't think it touches the charisma of the first movie because you're never gonna get the star-studded amount of people that have like the most memorable lines. That like there was such a good cast. Like you're never gonna get that again. And it was just like the perfect group of people to be together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And
I don't think you can touch 80s charisma in most movies anyway. It's just a different time. Movies had a different feel.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, you're gonna have Arnold Schwarzenegger, Carl Weathers. You know what I'm saying? Like Jesse Ventura, like in his all in their prime. Like it was dude. It was amazing. But I do think it was great. I do think that this is probably the best Predator movie to come out since. The first one, in my personal opinion. But yeah, man, what would you guys rate this movie?
I give it an 8. I really liked it. Again, it was a little pretentious. It was a little up its own butt, but I still really enjoyed it.
Wait, you preached for it that hard and you only give it an 8?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't great. Fair enough. I just enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I think it's hidden gem.
I'm at a 7.
Dude, so far we've given like everything an 8 or a 7 that we've reviewed. It's fine.
I mean, we haven't watched any bad stuff, really.
I want to watch some bad shit.
We'll have to start. We'll have to start doing bad movie reviews.
Some bad shit, I guess. But
we'll have to start doing.
We should watch the Guyver.
Maybe I'll just fucking love it anyway. But I've already seen Guyver.
Double Toasted just watched Blood Rain.
Oh god, those movies are terrible.
Better than Elektra.
You gave it August. You gave it an 8. Quintessence, what do you give this movie?
7.
A
I'm
7?
gonna stick with a 7.
All
Yeah.
right, cool.
I think it was too messy.
I don't think it was very messy at all.
It was too all over the place.
I think more often than not, it has tons of like little hints and messages towards like what it has a lot of like you have to be paying attention to what they're paying attention to pick up on what's going on.
Yeah. I feel like I followed that fairly well. It's just I don't find the main character likable.
Okay.
And
I like
there wasn't like much character development, and it felt like there was quite a bit of filler at the end of the day for me.
I don't
and the final fight was just a cop out for me. So that's why I gotta knock it.
I think it's
more
an 8.
Heavily.
Sorry, man. I don't mean to keep interrupting
That's fine.
you.
Yes, whatever. 7.
I give it an 8.5.
Wow.
I give it an 8.5.
8.5.
I think it's a great movie. I think if you're not into Predator, you could watch this and it could totally suck you into the world that, it could present. I think it does a great job of that. I think I enjoyed the ending. Did you guys remember the ending teaser? Did you guys see that?
No, I missed it.
So there's an ending teaser to the movie where it shows basically through these sort of cave paintings, paintings that that when she returned to the tribe, you see that a predator ship or ships returned to Earth. So basically what that means is that tribe is dead, or most likely they're dead, or there's going to be a sequel. So I'm pretty sure they're dead though. So like if there's no sequel, they're dead. If there is a sequel, there's a sequel, they're not dead. Personally, I think this is a great self-contained story. I don't think it needs a sequel.
I'd be okay with one, but I agree with you.
I would like to see a sequel, like in a different like culture, a different timeline or whatever. I think that would be cool.
So originally, I think that was one of the ideas for this. Is that someone, I can't remember who, had an idea for a Predator movie in the Middle Ages, like during the Crusades, where like knights would fight the Predator.
Wow, that one.
Yo.
I mean, but yeah, like I really like the ending stinger of the Predator ship coming down. If you guys hadn't seen it, go back and look at that. It's like the very last scene of the movie. Like it's literally happens after she returns to camp, and it's like starts to roll credits, which I enjoyed quite a bit. But
it was a really fast scene.
What about Samurai v Predator?
But that happened in Predators.
Oh, did it?
Oh.
I didn't see Predators.
That actually happened in Predator. Yeah, like a dude who's a samurai pulled out a sword and fought the Predator. Anyway.
Why does Predators have to ruin everything I love?
I mean, Eric Foreman, blame him. So let's see, real quick. Yo,
I also thought all the deaths were predictable.